Hello, so this route is actually pretty fun, but you need to be in the endgame to do it. The endgame looting guide will be for the farm city, and then I have to make another one for the labs. Now, I'll just want to explain the route first of all, because that's what probably people want to see. You'll have to start somewhere in the north side of the farm town, and then you'll have to go to the X marked room, the supermarket to kill Kila or Vida, and also loot some of the rooms in there. This room over here in the north is the best. And then you can take the teleport bubble, go to the merchant, see what he has, because he is on a 10-minute reset after you visit him. And then see what he has, buy whatever, teleport back over here. And then go to the city hall, then go over here to the marked O room. Come back, go over here, go to the merchant again, in case he resets, depends on your character. And then you'll go through the Sanatorium and the hidden mine over here and extract through there. Now you can do this two ways, as you can see. So basically you can go from X to supermarket to city hall to O, and then you'll be going around the pharmacy to get some steams, and then the merchant, and then the sanatorium, and then you'll be going over here in the hidden mine. It's a data center mine, so that's why it says like that. And then you can extract, but sometimes you'll get a different extract or some other things. Okay. Let's go back to the base because I want to show that in the first place. Now usually I skip the reset of the merchant because my character is too fast to need the reset. Now, I tested out a lot of things, to be honest, for this video, and it was pretty boring. Now, according to most of my tests, you are better off just picking the average duck. For most people, the average duck will be amazing. For other people, the berserker will be better because he gets a 10% mobility bonus. Now, mobility bonus works in a weird way. You get a mobility debuff depending on what weapon you have, but usually you have to press C to unequip the weapon. So see? Holster the weapon or hide the weapon, and you're much slower because of the chosen weapon. So I think for most people the average duck is the best, but we'll be using the berserker just because I want to be a little faster than the rest, and there's like a little bit of speed actually helps because it's 10% overall speed, but if you put down your weapon you'll be much faster anyway. So what equipment do I like? Well, I like the RPK build for hip fire. Oh, I hope I don't lose this stuff. Also have no M107. You need to do the golden sniper quest to actually obtain this weapon, which is super hard and super annoying and super... What is that golden sniper? Okay, so I guess you have to go over here. That's how you unlock it. Otherwise, you can just use the AK-103. Well, I guess this will be another recommendation. You can just use the AK-103 and the SV98. M700 is a bit too weak in my opinion, but the SV98 is pretty good. These two weapons are super heavy. As you can see, it's almost 28 kilograms only with the two weapons. You should probably wear a level 5 helmet and a level 6 body armor if you have it. If not, tier 5 is more than enough. Also, you'll probably not have the military backpack, so this is why I'm giving you some adjustments to your build. Because you might not have the necessary things, but it works pretty well with whatever you have. Agile tier 2 and Agile tier 3. I only equip it when I'm actually going to run away, because as you can see, equipping it without running away is kind of annoying. As for the keys, you need the X and the O keys. I'm just keeping the JLab cards over here, and just to kind of show you that I had some success finding them. You can also find the JLab cards in the lab itself, but that's a little bit trickier to pull off. And you need a lot of other things from the merchant as well, like some of the game cartridges and maybe some of the equipment. This is for endgame farming. This is to make sure you're not going to run out of equipment. So yeah, military backpack, but if you don't have it, it can be a little bit annoying. So try to adjust the weight of your equipment. AK-103 with the SV98 will do just fine on any difficulty. But since I'm playing on extreme, it's a little harder for me. So I'm just choosing kind of like the ultimate build for this. You need a lot of weight-bearing injectors. Well, let's just say you need 3 yellow injectors, as many as you can carry, plus the recover injectors, because we'll be taking damage from this totem. Now you can swap some of the totems around here and there. So I like to have all of these slots for other stuff. But keep in mind that at this point you should not be carrying anything too heavy. This is just for the looting runs. So let me find the sniper totems, because when you're fighting bosses we'll be switching them, because I don't want to take damage. I want to have a lot more damage. Now, again, depends on what you have. You can take something for more protection if you are not confident in your abilities or something. Let me see. Sniper free. It doesn't reduce your mobility whatsoever, but you do a little more. You have a little more range and you'll be doing a little more damage. Well, not really damage, but visual range will help you eliminate enemies from a further distance. Otherwise, you can just take gun control, which is pretty good with the recoil. Let me see if we have other options. You can also just take the ninja ones because you'll be running like a ninja, nobody will hear you running. So if you want to avoid fighting the bosses, that's going to be even better in a way. Because we'll just hit all of the rooms. Marathon is pretty good as well. Anything else I want to show over here? Not really. Gun control seems to be a good decision as well for most of the weapons. Assault is also a pretty good idea because you'll have more damage. So we'll choose Assault. Never got Assault tier 3, did I? Yeah, that's kind of a shame. So we'll be replacing these two based on what we're going to fight. Also going to need the mine manager iris, but it's pretty easy to get. You just kill the mine manager in the gas station near the hidden mine. Easy as pie. And let's go. That was a bit of a longer explanation, but just to highlight that most people play on different ways and we're playing on different difficulties probably. Should probably look at the time of the day. So that was a bit of a longer speech about the preparation because we need to kind of adjust our expectations and based on what we need. Some people just need loot, some people need money. Oh wow. This is so far away. Oh. At the shovel knight. Now. Yeah. This looks so weird, I'm not used to so much speed. So as you can see, you're kind of cancelling them both. And if you spawn over here, you'll have to go from here to through the main street. Now you can basically skip all combat. I'm using armor piercing bullets. Hey. It's not such a big deal. The problem is when you get a bleeding wound, it will probably slow you down a lot, so you need to take care of it as fast as possible. Only loot the dog tags, the money and the ammo if you need it. So it's kind of recommended to check all of these ducks for their backpacks. Also, make sure the ghost is not on the map, because that would be a horrible thing for you to face. You can always loot them, but there's no point. No need to kill all of them. So this is kind of like the worst spawn, but it's good to highlight that speed is so good. Now, again, you don't even have to fight any bosses, you can just roam around the map like a maniac. Graphic card, M700, meh, pressure sensor, okay. Wow, that was a very bad one, but you can find the keycards, the JLab keycards in most of these things. It was some of the worst I've ever seen. Also, you can press I to have a top-down view. Well, I as in you. I'll just write it in the comments so you understand. Very nice, isn't it? I guess we can play like that for a while, but I'm just not used to it. I like the isometric view much better. Whoa there. Oh, that's quite a lot of damage. So yeah, it's also worth checking the shows for stuff like this. Over here you can loot everything you like, but mostly you'll want to loot the northern room and check this a little bit out as well for the gun cases. I'm not going to do the full loot because it takes so long. This room is amazing because it has all of the computers and all of the technical stuff, plus some clothes for you to check for some keys in case you're still missing some. It's no killer. Too bad. Oh, that was a pretty good save. Also worth checking this room over here because it might have some cool stuff. Like this console over here. Consoles, of course, for the graphic cards and some of the other stuff that might spawn in them. Other than that, you have a few boxes all over the place. Depends on what you need. Like I said, most of the quest items will be wherever you want them in this place. Basically, almost any quest item in the game can spawn in this place because you have the food boxes, you have the missing boxes, you have just have everything related to the boxes that you might need for other quests. Well, minus the technical boxes, so yeah, no killer. Now, at this point, like I said, you have two options. You use the bubble to go to the merchant. Let's actually use the bubble to go to the merchant to show you what I mean, and then we'll do it the other way around, so you can see all of the run options I have. So, just buy all of the attachments you need. You can sell everything over here without any issues. I think I need one of that, I'll keep it. So yeah, you can also use a light stock, you can use some other stuff as well. Oh, let me buy that. You probably have most of these guns you see over here anyway. Anything special? Yeah, look at that. The black J-Lab access card and the carbonated danger duck. I already bought these two, so I don't need them. You can also just buy the mysterious keys. I recommend you have the X and the O keys. Usually the X seems like it's the harder one to get. Remember, you're slowly dying as well. Oh, nice, very nice stuff. So, like I said, at this point you can just escape or you can do whatever, but we'll do the full route. So we'll go back to the O room. The O room seems to have the better stuff because it's O. Yeah. Now, we'll also have to go for the city hall, which is something I really don't like. So take a moment to organize an inventory and see what's happening. Whoa! Now, for this type of run, I recommend you kill every duck you see because, as you can see, it can get a little dicey with the healing. Okay, let's activate this. Also, like I said, when you're fighting a boss, when you see them, you can just switch out your normal totem. Knock, knock. Yeah, you really need to check. I really hate this stuff. Okay, so that was not the security captain. Man, why are you like that, security captain? Just like wait for him here because it's a little easier to fight him on the hallway. Really? Okay, sometimes he's stubborn like that and doesn't want to fight, so we'll go through the front. What? Come on, you're just wasting my time, man. So you can withdraw or deposit money with the ATM from there. It's mean like that, so be careful. And yeah, it's probably the hardest boss to kill in the city in some regard. I should have bought some grenades with me. Wow! These guys are not joking. Retreat over here if you're in trouble. But the ghosts will attack him. Oh, they don't attack him. That was interesting. So they don't attack him specifically. The loot run is... Oh, okay. Now, the reason you want to always attack him is because he usually has an AK with an extended magazine. I think 99% of the time he'll have an extended magazine for you, plus all of these cool weapons. Definitely say hello to him. That was kind of bad. What was that all about, not wanting to escape? Well, not wanting to chase me. Anyway, one of the other reasons I like to enter through here is because this is the main loot room. You will see all of the loot, plus the safes. And over here there's another safe, but it's not visible, so make sure you loot it. So, yeah. Really fun room to loot because of the possible locations of the loot. Another room you can probably check. Well, I guess I have to check their bodies, but they usually just have a lot of grenades. If you're low on grenades, you can loot them for sure. This is kind of like a big stop to the thing, so let's just skip it. I like to search all of the file cabinets just because the books and the other stuff can give you cool stuff. Plus the... Sometimes there's a Bitcoin in this room, by the way. Like I mentioned, the ATM. I'll not loot the rest of the building over there. I'll just show you the two most important things. This room over here is pretty good as well with the filing cabinets as well. Yeah, black market notes and other stuff. Plus this safe over here. Getting so many books in there. Some of the books for you. I guess I can swap out the AK for that, so it's a little easier on us. I'm not sure what's in this room. I never found anything. Okay. So let's continue our little journey. Oh yeah, before we go, let's have some milk. Again, it depends on your playstyle. You can do this in so many ways. And that will be the last boss we'll have to fight for a long time. Now we can look at the map, because you really want to be sure no red ghost is on the map. Also, you can extract through here if you are having a bad time. Yeah, why was that such an intense firefight? This game is so much like Duckov. Whoa, speed demon, what the speed duck demon. Copy this Bitcoin. This was kind of bad. Always remember to search the cabinets or whatever is in the mark room, because they might have better loot. Okay, the trophy is nice. Now, this whole area over here, it has some things you can loot, but I generally don't recommend it because it's nothing too cool. The Sanatorium can have the fly captain squad, so it depends. If they have the fly squads, I recommend you just leave. The flies are the most annoying, how should I put it? They are full of, you know what? They can be a very long and hard fight because you'll just run around, lose health, run around, lose health. Shovel Knight. I never really checked, but maybe there will be a weapon that will have more movement speed. Maybe something special, I don't know. I'll let you know if there's something like that in the endgame. Fire weapons are so easy to use. At least look at their school backpack. I mean, look at their backpack before you leave. They might have the very, very rare Supermax backpack. Now, there are a few ways to enter this place. We'll just use the door from here. I think there are flies anywhere. Obviously, you want to enter the first and the last room through here. Let's change this a little bit. I will not search everything because it's probably not going to be worth it for the game right now. But these are some really cool things. What is that? A LEDX on the table? Yeah, like I said, this is a place worth looting. Of the various boxes, the computer room over there is nice. Obviously this over here is very, very nice as well. And there'll also be various safes around the place as well. I wish I had enough time to show you all of this stuff, but again, you probably know all of them, and the more you do the loot run, the more you will understand where they are and how to use them. And that's about it. Let's run away. Now we can go back to the merchant. Now usually he will reset his loot if you're probably going to be a little slower than me. Be careful because there are also mercenary ducks all over the place, especially under the bridge. But up here you'll be generally safe-ish. Now as you can see you'll burn supplies like crazy at some times, but that's the way the loot is designed. Get loot, spend loot. Yeah, so he did refresh, so he has the X key like I like. Yeah, but nothing else. Yeah, you should probably just buy all of the attachments you can, because you don't want to spend time for that. Also, he has the vodka and the yogurt and the honey and all of these. I think he sometimes have the protein powder as well, which you really need. Do I need the XK? I think I need the XK as well, so I'll just buy it because it's super important to have both keys so you can get all of the JLab cards for free, more or less, by using the mysterious keys. Otherwise, as you can see, they can get pretty expensive and you need to be super lucky to get them. So dark here. Didn't even use our weight-bearing injectors. Let's be prepared to extract. Huh, I guess we got the duck. Yeah, I usually don't mess around and try and kill all of the ducks because it's pretty useless. Not really worth searching those boxes either. Over here usually there's nothing, so I stopped searching after a while, but just know that there might be something really cool. Over here there can be a JLab card, so definitely look at that tiny corner. Sadly there are usually enemies inside, so this might be a little annoying, so let's close the door. They're usually normal raiders. Okay, so why is this so important, the mine data stuff? Well, you'll have a lot of consoles over here, and as you probably have seen, some of the best loot comes from the consoles, but more or less is because the consoles have, let's say the better average loot. Plus they're very light, so see, you get a floppy disk, you get a portable disk drive, yeah, it's pretty light, so go over here as well. Also, in this room you're completely safe after you kill that one duck over there. Power bank, flooring, yeah. Again, loot is also dependent on your level a little bit. That's not the only factor, so remember to set some of the clothes on the walls. Again, there's no way you're not going to find all of the items you need if you just follow this looting run. Perfect, so yeah, it takes about 15 minutes to be honest. You can do it in less than 15 minutes depending on what level of the game you are and how experienced you are at the game. So I lost kind of 6 minutes explaining some other stuff over there, so yeah. Extract. Such a fun game. Anyway, see you next time. Bye bye.